Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of I Got Gameplay. I am your host, of course, Michael Burhan. Yes, it's me again, that lovely Englishman with the very raspy voice, who can probably put you into a coma and ease you with some easy listening from the Pop 1000.
Excellent Roger Moore eyebrows, may I add.
An excellent Roger Moore eyebrows. Basically, I'm here today with a great little panel. Most of our show's panel are not here today. Xander's going off to see Mad Max because he's had a bit of a mad week.
Oh, that was a good movie. I watched that last night.
Jamie is currently suffering through internet issues. Anina is doing her thespian.
I thought that was my shtick.
Well, Anina's doing some thespian-y stuff, and
I didn't know she went that way.
Yeah, she's a thespian.
Ba-da-bum.
She does thespian things. She marches in thespian pride parades. Anyway,
and people always watch.
And people always watch. But yeah, she's doing her thing. So at the moment we have Mr. Sean Michelin, of course, from Dietless 79. Most of you know him, of course, from his appearances of Burhan and the Boy, and also previous episodes of I Got Gameplay. We have also with us someone that you probably haven't seen in the show much of. He's been on one episode where we were doing like remembering the reasons why we got into gaming and why we love gaming, of course, with the console snub, and that's Mr. John Latimer. John, tell the people about yourself. Just refresh our lovely
and remind our
audience's memory, of course.
Well, first of all, I've actually been on 3 episodes.
You've been on 3?
Yeah, I was on the one. I was on the one with Al Lowe. Remember that one?
Ah, the Al Lowe episode. Yes.
And then I was on that one you mentioned, and then I'm sure it was on a second time. But anyway, yeah, I'm the host of a show called Desert Island Games.
Scottish people, but don't hold it against them.
I'm a host of a show called Desert Island Games, which is a podcast where I interview various YouTubers and sometimes game developers and even the odd celebrity from time to time.
Yeah, the Oliver twins on, didn't you?
The odd celebrity, you've had some pretty fucking amazing guests.
Yeah, the Olivers were pretty cool guests on that show
yes.
as well. You had some amazing talk time and stuff with them on there. So yeah, his show was also one of the launch shows of the Retro Random Network, of course. It was very network.
Happy you, Burhan, hardest working bloke in YouTube land.
Well, I was up until the last couple of months, and I seem to have lost my focus, but
Desert Island's still going strong.
Well, it does happen sometimes. I think with a lot of us, we tend to reach burnout very quickly, and with YouTube is when you tend to burn out, new content tends to not flow as well as it should.
I don't burn out. I Burhan. Sorry.
But I'm chuffed. And also, by that lovely voice, you also hear my co-conspirator on Burhan and the Boy, and a gentleman who's had so many internet issues that he hasn't made his own show
you don't say.
Twice. Due to the unspoken thing, of course.
Yes, we're not going to say the thing because I did last night or the other night.
Never speak of it again.
But he's also one of our fair YouTubers as well, Mr. Lawboys Post 1975, Mr. Dave Wade. So, guys, today we're going to be talking a lot about E3 and also the hype going through it. But I think we should do something as well.
And the obvious elephant in the room that it's the swan song for a specific console I love.
The Wii U.
Yeah.
But we are also going to talk about the fact that there's a lot of positives coming out of E3 as well, and a bit of gaming news on top of that, because there's been so many things that have been coming out and so much hypocrisy in the gaming community. I'm sorry, guys, I do love our gaming community, but I am talking about the Fallout 4 trailer. And how many people are just like, well, that doesn't look like it should be running on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. That seems tragic. And I'm like, really?
10-year-old system, you still want it to run on that? Fuck off.
Yeah,
well, but the thing about Fallout, though, if I'm jumping across the mark right now, but the thing about Fallout is if you take even on a Jim Dandy I just said Jim Dandy, Christ, powerful PC, if you take into perspective the size of the world, that's why something has to give and you balance it out.
Well, I mean, even with New Vegas, I mean, when they made that, and there was part of the map where you got to go into, and it's like the strip and everything like that, the reason why they had to make it a separate map, like going into, is because of the limitations of the systems.
Yeah. And that's the thing, it's not the people wanting to see a PlayStation 3 or Xbox 360 version of it. They feel that the graphics aren't up to par with today's current gen systems, the 8th generation of consoles, unless you're talking the Wii U, of course. The thing is, I don't give a monkeys. At the end of the day, gaming shouldn't be about graphics and scale. It should be about story. If it's got a great story, fuck the graphics. I don't care if it's played on Atari 2600.
And I think it's safe to say, even though there's very few franchises you can talk about, knowing that even if you haven't touched it, and they will be broken in places, coming back to what I talked about, the size of the world, but it's safe to say that when you talk about a Fallout game, it's going to be good. It's going to deliver. It's going to deliver story.
Definitely.
Actually, Ron Perlman was even on Twitter, and he said this was the hardest pretty much a direct verbatim quote is, "This is the hardest fucking secret I've had to keep." Was this game?
Yeah, and the game looks amazing. It reminds me a lot, reminiscent of BioShock in a sense. In terms of the kind of
and everything.
Yeah, and the cyberpunkish style to it. It looks great. It looks polished. It looks pristine, and it looks like a story that's itching to be told. John, what do you think of this? Do you think people are just overreacting because it doesn't look like it should be played on a PS4?
I think people are PS4 snobs. Like PC gamers, it's like, yeah, we get the PC are going to have better graphics and you can keep on expanding, but PS4 and Xbox One are good in their own right, and there's no reason why it shouldn't run on those machines.
Yeah, but it's basically snobbery, isn't it? They're sitting there going, "Oh, it doesn't look like the current 5th gen titles that we're used to seeing. I rather would want to see something more better than that. It looks terrible."
It's console snobbery is what it is.
Yeah, and I don't get the fact that everyone's banging on it because... oh, sorry, I'm still laughing at that quote. I don't get the fact that everyone's jumping all over this when it came out in the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360. People automatically accepted the limitations of the visuals because of the size of the game. Yeah. Now we got the Xbox One and the fucking PlayStation 4, and everyone's going, "Damn it, you should look far better than this." What's changed?
Think about it this way: the Xbox 360 didn't even have a fucking Blu-ray drive. It wasn't even in terms of chipsets.
Had that failed HD drive, remember?
Yeah. Well, that came separate. Now, and the funny thing is, its chipset was close, but it was still undergraded in terms of in comparison to the PlayStation 3. Yet everybody accepted that. Now everyone's getting all snobbery, and John hit the nail on the head. People are becoming so entitled with "Well, I paid money for this console, and I expect it to run this game at superior quality. I don't understand why they're having something like this. No, it's rubbish, totally rubbish."
It's like 1950s quintessential English bloke from London reviewing a game.
Pretty much, and in terms,
it's rubbish. I say it's rubbish.
Guys and gals, all I have to explain to you, I do love the gaming community with all my heart, but quit it. Literally, just quit the silliness. Focus on the good stuff. Focus on the fact that you're getting a new Fallout game. This is what every Fallout fan wanted. We all want.
I was fucking settled just new DLC for the Fallout 3.
Yeah, but people are gonna go and see a new.
What's your favourite expansion pack for Fallout 3, by the way?
Broken Steel toughens up the game a bit and leaves it open-ended, so you can still grind through and try to find all the little things afterwards, and keeps game from ending. Gives you some high-powered NPCs to fucking face off against, and some new weapons.
Mine's the get abducted by aliens.
By the way,
Mothership Zeta.
In the leaked, in the trends of more leaked footage, Bethesda apparently leaked. They accidentally leaked the Dishonored 2
announcement. Yeah. They were doing a rehearsal or something like that, and they recorded and accidentally released it to YouTube.
So there you go, guys. You've got like that accidentally been released. I like this. I love Dishonored. I felt that the game itself, I got both endings. Great game.
I heard you like a double ender. Sorry.
Oodles of fun. It was oodles of fun for me, and watching a character that's gone from, like, he kind of went from being the Queen's protector to this just incensed psychopath. It was brilliant, and I felt like it really, really worked as well, and how you kind of change the atmosphere in the game as you continue playing. So if you decide to go around hack and slashing everybody and killing everyone, the game turns into morbid. Like, you see people who are like half dead. The plague starts coming about. It's brilliant.
I don't expect a Spanish Inquisition. Sorry.
Exactly. It's a great thing. For me, I can't wait to see another variation of this game. Hopefully it does match the criteria of the first one, but we shall see, because I felt Dishonored stood alone on its own. I never expected to see a Dishonored 2, but we shall see how it goes. John, what do you think? Excited? Did you like Dishonored?
It looks nice, yeah. I'm excited for it.
It's pretty.
Definitely, yeah. But can I just say though, just getting back to PC gamers being snobs about Fallout. Stop it now, or there's going to be some fallout.
But I'm sure.
Very punny guy.
You were kind of writing down your notepad that one, didn't you? Just like something's like, stop it now, or there's going to be some fallout. Ha! I need to get that in.
You've been waiting years to get that one in, haven't you?
Yeah, I need to get that in. Damn straight. He says, sounding like Fraser Crane for some reason.
Well,
anyway.
Can I quickly just say like a true point about PC gaming versus console gaming?
Yep.
Which I did a video about years ago that was really well received. Which is, I bought an Xbox 360 at the time. We're talking before the current generation, and yes, it's completely underpowered to a PC. But I knew that when I bought it. But why did I buy it? Because, well, quite frankly, I wouldn't have to constantly spend a massive amount of money updating it, and maybe age badly, but game developers concurrently released their titles on it and found a way for it to work, So when people say, like, oh, you got a fucking console, I got a PC, I got, this, it's amazing. It's like,
always going to be a thing.
I knew that when I bought it.
You know what, I had this conversation with Johnny Millennium recently as well, where it said, it just seems that it's becoming more of, we're experiencing frame wars now, like the bit wars, we're experiencing the frame wars. So this has to run in this frames per second, and this has to run in this.
Oh my god, we've gone back to bits, haven't we?
We have, yeah.
It's 1 to 8 bit.
It's basically the same story, but with a different coat of paint. So
exactly. Well phrased.
So let's go on from that, and I just need to ask you in a very polite English way, Dave. How do you do?
How do I do?
Yes, how do you do, Ken? Yes, we have...
Oh, you wanker, I walked into that.
An announcement, basically, from Nintendo, that we got another Capcom character, not just Mega Man, it's going to be in Smash Brothers. And in a very good trend of Nintendo extending the life of current titles of games that they've just like... In the end of Mario Kart 8.
Well, there's irony. They're extending the life of current games, but they're not extending the life of the console.
Yeah, well, we don't know that yet. But extending the life of current games, they have leaked that Ryu will be joining the brawl on Team Smash. Him and Roy have been leaked as characters for the game, so we're going to hopefully be seeing some amiibos on that. There'll probably be DLC as well, so I'm going to have to purchase that for the minions.
Hang on, hopefully we'll be seeing amiibos. I fucking guarantee we'll be seeing amiibos.
Yeah, and in Nintendo's in the same vein, Nintendo would under-dispatch the amount of amiibos needed, and Monkey, and also in another kind of truthful scenario is Monkey Spaz will probably get a hold of them and then sell them for a higher price.
Oh, Monkey Spaz, we love you.
You know what this means, though?
Buy and sell.
Yes.
You might even see Killer Instinct amiibo.
We may do. We may do.
Well, Microsoft went on record in saying that they aren't against having their guys in Smash Brothers.
Yeah.
They said they're not against the idea.
Oh.
Yeah, I've seen that as well. It's a great idea. It's something that I want to see, and if Nintendo and Microsoft can actually work out a deal, it'd be great. John, what do you think? Do you like the fact that we're going to see some Ryu in Smash Brothers?
I'm going to be honest with you, I'm not a Nintendo guy, so...
Banned from the show.
So I can't get excited about Smash Brothers, or I can understand, obviously, why people would get excited for it. Obviously, it's a big franchise.
Come on my house, John.
So do you think that is the fact that we got a Street Fighter character on a Nintendo system is kind of,
That's pretty cool. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, definitely.
So it's at least we're enjoying that, folks. At least
we're breaking the fourth wall if you think about it in video games too.
Very much so.
It's always very kind of interesting, and as a permanent 12-year-old child, gamer, it's always nice when you get these characters in franchises or on systems. All right, it's a little bit cheapened by the fact that Sega now make games for Nintendo, but it's that little thing that you never got when you were a kid, because it's like, no, we're a different company, we cannot be on your system. And now it's happening, and it's just it's titmouse, to quote Homer Simpson. It's titmouse, and it makes me go hee 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 hee.
Yeah, so it's one of those things.
Capcom for the money. Sorry, mate.
No, it's alright. That's fine. But the fact that Capcom are kind of opening their hearts to Nintendo gamers and kind of giving them.
Is it possibly because they're almost broke?
That, and also the fact that I think they're starting to understand what people actually want. I was on a guest on the ACMG podcast recently when I was talking about the fact that Capcom and Konami are from a different plane of existence, in the sense they work in Japan, they go by Japanese trends, and I think Capcom have kind of getting moving away from that in a sense, and they want to try.
They've woken up to the bigger picture.
Pretty much. And Xander Scullion just sent us a little confirmation here that Platinum Games will be releasing a title for the Xbox. For the PlayStation 4, which is it's on the Xbox One, Xbox 360, PlayStation 3, and PlayStation 4. It's a game called Transformers Devastation, and it looks amazing. You've got it looks like it's done in cell shading. For some reason I can't say that properly. Cell shading.
Cell shading. Apparently, you say it 10 times in front of the mirror, Candyman comes and kills you.
It's produced by Activision, and we're going to see a lot of classic Transformers characters, like the Generation 1 and 2 cartoon series characters.
Please put Rodimus Prime in it.
One shall stand, one shall fall.
Yeah. You got the touch. You got the power. That's the one thing I was looking forward to when I bought my ticket to Transformers 4. And
oh my god, they technically invented the hoverboard before Back to the Future 2.
So, it looks amazing. The game.
What rocking you're taking out, though?
If you've seen the trailer for the game, it looks beautiful. I can't wait to see what they do with this. I really, really can't. So, John, Transformers, you likey long time?
Yes, oh god, you got Transformers. I like the old Transformers though, like in the 80s.
No, this is Devastation is actually based on those characters.
Oh,
sexy
biscuits.
I hope it's got the theme tune. Do you remember the theme tune from the
Transformers, robots in disguise. Autobots
actually
travel to
on my
destroy
iPad
the
when I'm at
evil
work, I
forces
listen to the
of
movie
the
soundtrack.
Decepticons, Transformers, robots in disguise.
Sorry.
More than meets the eyes of Transformers.
We need that for the segue music, right? When we go into another segment. And the little fucking sound.
Okay, so
am I really upset? Am I really upset? I am really upset that they should have done the whole route that G.I. Joe did back in the day, and you should have Optimus Prime explaining to a small child how to cross the road correctly.
Very much so. Conspicuous from their absence, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, we will not be seeing PlayStation. So we will be seeing PlayStation. We won't be seeing Sega, and we will not be seeing Konami at E3. As both have confirmed that they will not be attending E3. But
yes, because of the backlash.
In some shape or form, we will be seeing Konami. We'll be seeing Sega's other arm in Atlas, who will be debuting their launch titles basically at E3 2015. Anyway, so we will be seeing it in some form, but we won't be seeing the other titles. Also confirmed.
Can I just say the reason that I don't think you're seeing those two companies there is there's been a massive fallout on the direction of where they're going with this whole mobile app shit. So I think it's quite clear why they've stayed away from E3 this year.
The thing is, Dave, they are doing what's right for their home territory, because Japan. For those who don't know, Japan's current trends, they've moved away from home console gaming. Most people are actually now moving over to PC game like MMOs, which is a huge problem in Japan. If you've actually heard about the woman who gave birth to her blooming child in the toilets and then went back to her game.
Holy shit!
Yes.
Well, she was on a spree, right?
Yeah. And
she must have been going through Canadian puberty.
Yeah, the father was called to take the kid and they were like, she's got a problem. No shit, she's got a problem. And also, mobile development is a big thing. Mobile apps are a big thing over in Japan. So yes, this is a logical step for them, considering that they're home territory trends.
This is the reason they're not at E3, because it is a logical step for them based upon their current, the understanding of their specific marketplace. But globally, the fallout on this decision is why they aren't at E3.
Yeah, but the thing is as well, it's one of those things where I disagree with what they're doing, because the international audience, the UK audience, the European audience, the United States audience are the ones that they should be looking at rather than...
Yeah, I'll get Metal Gear Solid 5 though. Sexy.
Yeah, so we are going to still see Metal Gear Solid 5 because they've apparently thrown a ton of money at making sure that game still comes out, which is great. In terms of top 5 E3 hopes, IGN has posted a few asking for Mass Effect 4. I'm not a fan of the Mass Effect series as much as everybody else is. I think, for me, I've always believed if you give a story a conclusion, there shouldn't be another game.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But apparently, that's probably going to be happening. EA wants to milk the franchise for all it's worth, so we're going to see more of those. Kingdom Hearts 3, of course, a title that's already been murmured about since 2013, I believe, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So that apparently we're going to probably see more from Kingdom Hearts 3. We'll see a trailer hopefully this time around, and a lot more gameplay, and maybe even a launch date. Fallout 4, of course, has been confirmed now, so we're going to see a lot more on that. They believe we probably might see another Metroid game. Truthfully, I don't. Knowing Nintendo, I don't think that they would cater to us, but you know, they may surprise us. Who knows? EA also talking about the Star Wars Battlefront license that they acquired, so we're going to see a lot more of that. That looks kind of sexy, not gonna lie, but there's still a few
issues
very
sexy
around the game. And being a fan myself, I can't wait to see it. Will I probably purchase it? I believe that have been some issues, including customization issues, modding issues, because they're not allowing modding to happen on this game.
Oh, bad move.
Yeah, so...
What game is that again?
Battlefront.
Yeah. Well, there have been a lot of unfair advantages people have been using, right, to win that. There's a lot of, that whole thing now with that other game there, and they just did a broad swath and banned 30,000 users, said they weren't allowed back in unless they did an apology on YouTube, and they let 4 or 5 back in.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, War Z or something like that, or no, H1NZ or whatever the fuck it is.
Well, it depends, because there's been a couple of these. War Z's terrible because the company behind it are just a bunch of idiots.
It's one of the popular ones.
But because I probably Daisy, because Daisy was
yeah, that's the one. That's the one.
Yeah,
no,
the
because
mod. Yeah, War Z, the developers have been chastised for being pricks. So but saying that, let's move on to our PlayStation E3 preview. So we've got a nice little preview.
Which would you say came out better from E3? PlayStation or Xbox?
What, last year? Sony, definitely. Because
Sony.
Last year was like, yeah, that was
You just sound like Stewie Griffin.
Yeah, they weren't. Last year was not fun for Microsoft. They tried, but Sony actually looked like the more dominant company, especially because Microsoft stripped everything down. I think that was the time.
Connect? What's Connect? We completely apologise for making that.
It was literally them begging everybody and saying, "We're sorry, we didn't mean to be pricks. We will."
Disparaging the boot is a bootable offence.
Pretty much. So, E3 is basically in preparation for that. I believe we've got one more day before E3 happens. Is that correct? Right?
Oh crap! It's happening when I'm working, because I always like to kick my feet up.
I'm actually off tomorrow, and I can't wait to watch the Bethesda keynote.
I won't be seeing it. So the thing is, Sean, you could be our correspondent and let me know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
I'll probably watch it afterwards, after I've done shooting this music video with Megaran, of course. I had to point it out there because I'm awesome. Now,
and so humble.
Apparently they're going to be doing some on the upcoming game Uncharted 4, A Thief's End. They already did a teaser on it, but we're
the only reason I would ever toy with buying a Sony product these days. I was a big Sony fan back in the day, but then I went to Xbox and just kind of like the way it was more app friendly and shit. But the only thing I regret never about having a PlayStation is I would love to play all of the Uncharted. So
you could actually get them all for PS Vita, Dave. Oh, you know what I will do? When I go
I don't own a PS Vita, first of all.
I'll tell you what, when I go on my little journey, I will bring you my PS Vita so you can play on it.
Is that your discovery of sexual experience?
My discovery of
just
myself.
don't shine a blue light on that thing; it'll fucking blind you.
Yeah. So I would say I'll do that.
I heard that the PS Vita can suck other people's fingerprints from across the room.
Oh, not just that; it can also give you a good blowjob. I mean, what? Anyway. So, John, what do you think about the Uncharted Thief's End game? Do you think it's going to be great? Are you an Uncharted fan?
Yeah, I've actually played Uncharted on the Vita and the PlayStation 3, and I think the new one will be excellent, definitely.
How long till we get a movie that's clearly going to cash in on Indiana Jones?
Oh, that'll be soon. No doubt.
But yeah, no, I believe that they have actually. Sony Studios has acquired the rights to that. Being Sony, of course, because why not? Why not shake hands with your gaming division?
I was just going to say, acquired the rights to basically someone gave it to him on a napkin in a pub one day at lunch.
Well, it's their company, so it's actually quite funny. Like when you look at studios, how even companies have different divisions. One arm does not talk to the other.
I think you just by saying that, how you broke it down, summed up how these things work. Division.
Yeah. So let's go on there. Apparently, Drawn to Death is going to be on the preview list. God of War 3 Remastered HD Edition.
Oh, fuck off with HD. Not you, Bert.
It's like they crank out about a half dozen a fucking month of these HD remasters.
Hey,
I was still laughing
everyone.
at Xander when he said, watch when the Fallout announces it's just going to be HD remasters of Fallout 3 New Vegas. And I thought to myself, it would be funny, but they're not Sony.
Yeah.
Hey everyone, remember that shiny new console you bought? Would you like to play games for it? Develop for it? No, because we're just going to pump out shit from 5 to 10 years ago.
The thing is, it's our fault being gamers. If you don't want it,
I don't buy the only remastered
buy
collection
it.
I bought was Metal Gear.
Very true. So, Hellblade is another one. Gran Turismo 7. Ratchet
Sexy.
and Clank.
Gran Turismo 7? Wow.
Gran Turismo 7.
Yes.
Let's hope when you fire that bad boy up, it doesn't take
John's
too long.
happy. John's, I think.
Well, do you know,
I
was just about to say, the one thing I want to come out of this year's E3 is a good racing game on PS4, because there's not been a lot of, the ones that have come out have been crap, but Gran Turismo 7, that's just paired me up.
Yeah, I just heard your
I
voice.
like it. I just like the fact that you called it exactly as it is. It was crap. There's no good racing games on the PlayStation. Crap.
No, it doesn't drive, because they've all been rubbish that have come out, so yeah.
Basically Rime as well, and the game that was supposed to be released as a sequel on the Vita because the first one initially sold well. Dave, elephant in the room.
Oh, hang on. Oh,
there we go. Right. Basically,
I didn't do anything.
The game that's supposed to be a sequel to the initial game that was released on the Vita, but now due to the fact that there's been murmurings that the Vita is considered archaic in Sony's...
It's stupid because this whole Vita thing at the moment makes me laugh, because if you look at its sales perspective in Japan, it's still doing really well.
The thing is, I've always said this, they should have bundled the freaking thing with the PS4 as a third-party thing. People would have paid the extra for the Vita and the PS4 because you get two consoles in one. Plus the fact that you can actually wirelessly link your Vita to your PS4. So if you were, say like you're in McDonald's, they've got Wi-Fi, right? You can connect your Vita to your PlayStation 4 as long as
That's a very specific chain of restaurants, Burhan.
Well, I do eat at McDonald's. It's basically, if you say you've got your Vita at McDonald's and your PlayStation 4's at home, it's on. All you have to do is link your Vita to your PlayStation 4 and you can play your games on your PlayStation 4 on the Vita no matter where you are.
I'm not sure that's technically true, is that?
As long as you have a valid internet connection, you can, and as long as you've paired your
In
Vita.
fact, isn't it true that you can actually play it overseas to someone else's console?
You can, as long as the device is paired with the system.
Well, I'm not sure about that. I mean, I've played it in the same room. I've had to look while somebody in the room is watching the TV. I've played my PS Vita with the PS4 on it, but I didn't know you can take it to McDonald's or something.
Yeah, you can do it as long as there's a wireless internet connection that can actually hold the signal. You're fine.
It's like a VPN.
Yeah,
I just sold my PS Vita.
You can also play it on the PlayStation app on your mobile phone too, because Chris Anderson has done that while he's at work.
That is mental.
It is mental. This is the thing. They've got a great use for the system, but they still sit there and consider it archaic.
Didn't know how to market it.
The way that they should have done it is paired it with the thing, knocked it, gave it a nice good price. It would have flew off the shelves, and put it as an accessory for the damn console. People would have loved it. Instead, I've got mine here. Will never sell my Vita.
They spent all this money on making this shit hot mobile, gaming device, and then once they did it, they didn't actually know what to do with it.
Yeah, it's poorly marketed. But yeah, so you've got Tearaway Unfolded, which is coming out on the PlayStation 4, Until Dawn, and also The Witness, all coming out for the PlayStation system. There.
Let me say that back to you, Byron. We said that you've got Tearaway coming out Until Dawn.
But
no, it's saying like what? Really tomorrow?
Oh. Also, you've got Uncharted Remastered Trilogy for PS4. Sorry, it's going to happen. So you've got the first 3 Uncharted games, coupled, with the Uncharted 4 beta. Seems pretty nice for the system as well.
Beta, Burhan, we're English.
But still. So you've also got
and Scottish.
The details on the Ratchet and Clank and Last of Us movies, indie games, Quantum Dream's next project, and also
Can I just say, I don't have the system. I'm very happy about them bringing Ratchet and Clank back because that's a very unutilized franchise.
Well, do you remember, Dave, we were actually thinking of putting our funds together and purchasing a PlayStation 4.
That's right, yeah.
We were thinking about it. Then I went broke. Oh well. Also, if you to add on to clarify news as well, pundits, internet pundits are saying do not buy Elder Scrolls Online from online places because apparently the game itself has restrictions on it, and restrictions meaning it's not, basically you can't play it on any machine. It's locked to the system that you play it on. So if you buy it on the Xbox One, it's locked to the Xbox One. If you buy it for PlayStation 4, it's locked to that PlayStation 4 specifically. So if you're going to buy it on disc, because there is a DRM issue with this game. So you can't play it anywhere, you can't play it everywhere. If you have it on Steam,
you can't take it over your mate's house, basically.
It's locked to your Steam account. You cannot even use Family Share on it.
That's poor. That's very poor.
But it wasn't even developed by Bethesda. It was developed by a third party.
It was only, like, Bethesda got them to develop it. They only published it.
Yeah. So yeah, that's kind of that on that one there. So if you're someone who loves this game and wants to play it, buy the disc.
Because in fact, I would always say buy the disc because we need to keep 80s and 90s culture alive, which is, going over your mate's house after school and playing games.
Of course.
The downloadable digital content shit, which I've done, mainly because it was free download from Nintendo, but it kind of, this restricted Nazi nature, that's a very strong descriptive term there, Dave, it's killing what gaming was about, which is going over your mate's house after school and shit. Now it's locked to a specific console. It's like, I feel like I'm in prison.
Pretty much that. It's a sad thing. I really wished that a lot more...
Vote with your wallet, people, because they will pay attention.
Yeah. That's exactly what it is. Vote with your wallet, because people will end up paying attention. You've got, even if we have to be selective with what we buy. Now, speaking on that note... we're also going to be seeing a lot more in terms of Batman Arkham Knight, which is going to be released very, very soon. I believe it's next week, isn't it?
The TV commercials are on right now.
So it's also got the awesome John Noble who's going to be on there. He plays one of the characters in that game. I'm looking forward to it.
Let's hope it's not as quite linear as the previous title and a little bit more like Arkham City. Just saying.
There's also a big thing that's coming out for me free this year. It's Nintendo are coming back with a bang. There's no Nintendo Direct this time. Nintendo are going to be at the E3 Expo as an outletter. This is basically due to their 2014 strategy not working out as much as you should have. So they got feedback, 45-minute frills, no videos at E3 shows. Nintendo will broadcast a special digital event at 9 AM PT on Tuesday, June 16th. They also have a presentation going on as well. Company executives will have noted that one of the most anticipated games for the Wii U console is the next iteration of the Zelda franchise. So,
this is where I get upset because I'm pretty sure that's going to be the swan song.
But it is not making an appearance at E3. It's been delayed to 2016, of course, people.
Is that one that's kind of like Skyrim, isn't it?
They will not show anything about the successor to the Wii U, dubbed the NX. They also won't discuss any of their plans to enter the mobile market for gaming and smartphones, which they're working on a partnership with Japanese game maker Dina to enter the mobile market. The company's revised plan for the living room a place has failed to gain adoption for the Wii U, and how it will tackle mobile games, given the sales of 3DS handheld are slowing, are both critical to its future. It's smart because Japan, as I said, are embracing mobile gaming. So Nintendo are like, okay, if we're going to do it, we're going to be in control of how we do it. The one thing that Nintendo tends to do is they will not talk to people unless it's through people that they've kind of...
Unless it's completely controlled and in their comfort zone.
Pretty much.
I hear Nintendo and Bethesda have lunch together a lot.
Well, there you go. So you're not going to see any of those stuff. It's one of the oldest companies in the gaming industry. They own many of the most iconic
Didn't
and
they
loved
start
names.
off making handheld, not handheld games, start off as a card company?
Yeah, about 100 years ago.
Very much so. It was also one of the gaming companies that still makes great games. Where everyone else is trying to put £1 million into a game to make it stand out, Nintendo are the company that have very old school ethos. A game has to be fun.
They may, kind of drop the ball with the way they market stuff sometimes, but there's no denying that Nintendo still know how to make a game.
Exactly. And with the success of the Amiibos, has actually single-handedly launched Nintendo into being profitable for the Wii U and the 3DS systems in general, because these little toys have managed to make Nintendo a hell of a lot of money. So I don't think they're in any kind of rush to rush out the next console yet, until they are ready, because they've got these Amiibos coming out, and you know that everyone and their mother are buying these things. I'm not, mostly because I'm broke. The other reasons is because...
I just can't use them.
Yeah, you can't get them for most places. Now,
do you know the only supermarket in the United Kingdom that actually sells Amiibos? This annoys me. The only supermarket... No, it's not. It's Sainsbury's.
Really?
No other supermarket sells Amiibos.
And most resellers sell them for 3 or 4 times the intended price.
Yeah. I got this. What are you going to pay for it? You're missing the point, you twat.
Nintendo, I think, too, went on record and said they will do reissued runs because of the fact that, 1, they don't make any money off the resells, and 2, it's they don't want to have the demand driven up to where they're going to feed these resellers to prey on that. Yeah. So pretty much they're trying to ruin it for the resellers, which is good on them. And
so they are going to do reissues.
Fair play, Nintendo.
Oh, they've said they're not going to flood the market, but when they notice that they're dwindling numbers on certain Amiibos that they want to put back out, they will do it.
But then, isn't there a contradiction in terms there, in the sense that it becomes like reissues of comic books, like 2nd edition, 3rd edition, 4th edition?
They're also releasing DLC cards as well, aren't they?
Yeah, I believe so. And there was talks that they might release some Amiibos that weren't very popular as card only NFC things, so you could just cheap out and just get the card.
Yeah, and apparently they're going to be a lot cheaper because you can buy them in decks.
See, you know what though? I would buy it as an action figure collector, but I kind of like their stance on that, which is it's interesting.
Yeah.
For, the other side of the market, or the people who aren't like me, want action figures to stick on their wall in a shiny box. That kind of makes sense. That's a good move.
And these Amiibos are not region locked as well. Yeah. They're not region locked.
And more of them are unlocking things in games, not just like new outfits and shit, but like new maps and everything. So
I still need someone to explain to me how to scan my Amiibo without taking out the package.
You can't. They put a little slip in there so it blocks the NFC signal. So you have
foil,
yeah. You actually have to take them out.
Oh, fuck you,
You
Nintendo.
cut out the whole bottom.
See, that makes me angry, because I'm an action figure collector, which is, I know it sounds really stupid, but I like leaving my action figures in the boxes.
Then why don't you just wait until the cards get released and just use those instead?
There we go. That works.
Yeah, you have your deck of cards, and they're on a key ring or whatever, and you need a certain thing, you just scan it there, and you can have your little pretty maids lined up in a row up on your shelf.
Why don't you just buy 2 of each, so you can get one that you can take out and one you can keep in the box?
That too, and then you could sell the other one.
Because he's not Richard Branson, he can't afford that.
All right.
But saying that, let's move on to what we're going to expect from Nintendo in E3 before we hit to commercial, of course, folks. Now, basically, we're looking at new games and new titles that may be including a new installment of the Star Fox series. Space shooting game, which players assume the role of the titular fox and dogfights, opponents in aerial combat. Apparently, it is in works with the Wii U under legendary Nintendo game developer Shigeru Miyamoto. Miyamoto did a brief demo of an early version of the game last year. Among the new gamers are hoping to hear it will be released and widely expected to market in 2015, especially now that Zelda has been pushed back to 2016. Other games to make an appearance include a new title centered around Super Mario's dinosaur companion Yoshi, called Yoshi's Woolly World. Nintendo is also expected to offer more information about a new Mario Maker game that lets players design and play their fully owned levels.
Footnote to that Yoshi thing, I hope that they release crochet patterns for that, because my girlfriend crochets a lot, and it'd be cute for her to do those up for sale.
Also, as well, think about it this way: with Nintendo,
basically, a Little Boy's post 1975 beanie.
Well, did you see that they did like that kind of mock-up of Super Mario 4 for the NES, and it was basically just their way of incorporating another like pack.
Took
into Mario Maker. So there you go. They also share North American and Europe release dates for a number of Nintendo titles released in Japan first. Those include action game Xenoblade Chronicles X, with hits Japanese market on April for the Wii U. It's expected to arrive in North America and Europe sometime this year. English-speaking players will also be waiting for more information of two highly anticipated games for 3DS handheld: Bravery Second, End Layer, which was released in Japan in April, Fire Emblem, if that's the June release date in Japan, and both are expected to arrive in Western makers at some point in 2016. Nintendo's challenge is about making a big splash, as they did last year when it launched a slate of new games. They included fighting games Super Smash Bros., Mario Kart 8 multiplayer shooter Splatoon, and a reboot of the adventure classic The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask for 3DS. No matter what happens at E3 next week, some fans may be disappointed, but others may be sitting there and waiting with bated breath.
Here's an interesting comparison, or contradiction of what we all complain about remastered box sets and games and shit like that are being released prior many times. Yet, when Nintendo do it for the 3DS, we applaud them.
Very much so. But saying that, those are games that probably haven't been released since way back. Dave, elephant in the room. There we go.
Hey.
Sorry, like I said, my computer runs on piss and Donkey Kong, so...
Very much. Donkey Kong, there are also rumours that Nintendo may be talking about the specific system that will finally replace Club Nintendo. So it's a customer loyalty program. It's expected to introduce a new unified system that bridges the Wii U and 3DS hardware, and expected to be an online account instead of forcing gamers to create accounts tied directly to the console hardware. They'll bring Nintendo up to date with the account system. That's not
true about Club Nintendo, because you can do it from a computer. You don't have to do it from a console.
No, but this time, instead of having 3 accounts, you'll only have one which links all 3.
Do you know what the problem with Club Nintendo? Now they're replacing it, it's kind of obsolete, but I'm going to say it, which is, I still have about 25 pamphlets, codes that are completely wasted now to put in, and my problem with Club Nintendo was, the reason they built up so much was, it's such a convoluted process. It took
very much, yeah.
Just putting one fucking code takes you like fucking 15 minutes.
It does, and that's kind of the sad thing about it. There's not really much that
Where did you buy this game? Check.
And now they're also putting expiry dates on things now as well, which doesn't help.
How many people in this house are playing this game?
That too.
None of your business.
Yeah, it just gets. It's like, are you Club Nintendo or are you fucking Big Brother? Oh my God, you're Orwellian. I'm scared. Hold me.
Maybe they work for the license crew at the BBC.
So, ladies and gentlemen, tell us what you are, what you are expecting from Nintendo, what you want to see, what you don't want to see, and tell us exactly.
I just want at least 2.5 years more lifespan of my Wii U.
And what you're expecting from there. So, going on from that, I'm trying to find us a nice little song that we can actually play while we take our lovely.
I say play my theme tune, but that's not long enough to take a slash.
So let's get it started, of course. And
mine's 5 seconds, so.
Exactly. So let's go for this, and we'll see you, ladies and gentlemen, right back after this. That, ladies and gentlemen, was Storm of Swords by an awesome band. Actually played with Chris Locks, I believe, one of our hosts here from iWalk Gameplay. Now, moving on from that, let's talk about the relative no-shows from E3.
I have something to say.
Go for it, Dave.
Elevation! Sorry.
You're doing a U too?
Yeah.
As most know, I'm just sitting here having a bag of Weight Watchers crisps.
Wait, I was just going to say, it sounds like baked crisps to me.
You're drinking? You're drinking crisps? That'd be amazing. Weight Watchers crisps?
Weight Watchers crisps. Now, going on from that, we've got...
But there's no such thing as a low-fat crisp. If you don't want to put on weight, just don't fucking eat crisps.
Apparently, this thing has 2 grams of fat in it.
How much sugar?
I bet they're disgusting.
They are, yeah.
I love that. You'll never do the commercial for Weight Watchers. Weight Watchers crisps. They're disgusting.
Weight Watchers
That's
crisps.
the slogan.
Weight Watchers crisps. I'll rather remain fat. Yeah. So, going on from that, considering the no-shows...
Quick round robin, by the way. What's your favourite crisp, everyone?
Fish and chips.
Oh, the little biscuit ones.
Yeah.
Ah, they're awesome. Have you tried the
Lay's original.
Have you tried the pickled onion ones?
No, that's the sort of vinegar ones I've tried. I've not tried any.
No, the pickled onion ones are they're so strong, right? If you have 2 bags in a row, you get blisters inside your mouth. Fucking epic.
Oh, I don't think I can handle that.
The curry ones are shit, though.
Oh.
Will they make you shit?
Well, the next day. Because it's curry, it does what it says on the tin. My favourite crisp ever is Skips.
Really? I thought you were going to say Monster Munch for a minute.
See, well, no, it is, but having already done a crisp top 5 video, I was a little bit upset with myself when I came back to it afterwards and did a retrospective and just thought, you know what? Why didn't I put Skips in it?
When did you do that?
Skips, I did that like, I don't know, six months ago.
They melt in your mouth. They're amazing.
Yeah.
I think I missed that. I need to go back and find it.
Yeah, and I didn't put Skips in it, and I'm really upset now. I might have to do an appendix to it. Skips are great because they've been there since I was a child.
Please tell me.
And they had a game on the ZX Spectrum. Clumsy Colin.
Apparently, there was these crisps that I'm eating were a source of fibre.
Do you know who else?
I hope so. They're made out of potato.
Exactly.
I'll tell you who else had a game. Crisps had a game for the Amiga. Quavers had a game called Pushover.
Oh. Do you know Weetabix had a game that you had to mail in? You had to collect 4 barcodes from the back of your Weetabix box, and you could mail it in. It was called Weetabix. I should do a gameplay on this. It's called Weetabix versus the Titchies, and which was their marketing campaign back in the day. And yeah, it's basically a Space Invaders clone. When you're a giant Weetabix, self-aware character, and you lob rockets at the aliens as opposed to be a ship. But yeah.
Well, let's do a round robin.
All right.
What are you all looking forward to in terms of E3 this year? So, John, let's start with you.
Can I say 2 things? I had one thing, but now you mentioned it, Gran Turismo 7, because I didn't know about that. But the one I was going to say, actually, I don't know if this is going to be E3 or not, but I heard that Microsoft are going to announce Oculus Rift is going to be packaged with a Xbone, but I don't know if that's going to be E3 or not. Have you heard that?
That's interesting, though, because, yeah.
Because the company has strong ties to Microsoft at the moment.
No, I know, but it's interesting because I didn't think I thought it was going to be like a PC exclusive. I didn't think it was going to be tied down to a traditional console. If that makes sense.
Well, the Xbox controller works on PC as well.
Well, it's a Microsoft product.
Well, yeah. In fact, my Xbox 360 controller is the powered hardwired one because I got sick and tired of changing my fucking batteries. So I just bought the one for the PC and plugged it in the fucking USB slot of my console, and now I never need to change batteries.
It's like me. I use a Rock Candy 360 controller, wired one for my PC. I'm playing New Vegas right now with it instead of keyboard and mouse.
I need to get one of those because I don't have a controller for my laptop. I was going to try.
Oh, they're dirt cheap. You pay like 10 quid for one.
I was going to do a Bluetooth pairing for
if you look right.
So yeah. But anyway, going on from that, Dave, what are you looking?
10p. That's like $25,000 in Canada, isn't it?
Yeah. What are you looking? What are you looking forward to, Dave?
I see. I'm being negative because
he sees dead people.
Yeah, I do. I'm just being a little bit negative about E3 because I've approached it in the wrong. I openly admit, 'cause I love E3 every year, but I openly admit that I approached it in the wrong mindset, which is I just see it as Nintendo kind of just winding down on the Wii U, which annoys me because it's one of my favorite consoles ever. So I'm looking forward to it, but I'm also kind of seeing it as the nail in the coffin for one of my beloved systems, if that makes sense.
It'll be a couple of years before they upload it anyway, because my God, they're going to be putting a few years R&D into that NX before it happens anyway.
Exactly. So we're not going to see too much.
I know, but you get where I'm coming from, which is because of my fear of this. And granted, I'm a depressive and paranoid. I've approached it in the wrong mindset, but I've just approached E3 as not so much a consummate collection of things I should see for other systems, but as opposed to the swan song for the Wii U. But
well, I don't think it will be as of yet. I think we've got another couple of more years for the Wii U.
No, but they said that about the original Wii, which is still one of my favourite consoles ever.
I feel like just stroking your hair, Dave, and go, shh, it's okay. It's okay. So basically going on from that, Sean, what about you?
Just jealous of my sexy hair.
I am.
Fucking
totally.
Hands down, keynote from Bethesda tomorrow. Find out some more details on Fallout 4.
Yeah, being a Fallout fan yourself, you must be freaking happy.
I got a boner I can knock a hole in that door with right now from it.
So, saying on that, ladies and gents, I'm going to basically talk about the no-shows. Now, we know about the Legend of Zelda Wii U.
Are you saying Canadians have bigger penises than the rest of the world, Mr.
Yes, they do.
Shoe fits, or if the condom fits.
The shoe fits. Well, my God, that's huge. You can put a shoe on it.
Does the condom fit? Actually, it does.
I take it for a walk. I have to call it Mr. Dick in front of company.
So, going on from that, just so you lovely ladies and gentlemen know...
I heard that wry little giggle in your voice there, Burhan. Don't mask it.
The other game that's not going to be released at E3, that's not going to have an announcement pending, is Titanfall 2. I know a lot of people wanted to see it, but at the moment it's one of those... And this is why I did say this to people. Eventually this game is going to... I don't like the fact that you have a game which is an MMO that you can only play multiplayer on.
That's not entirely true. I agree with what you're saying, because
it's
I own
multiplayer based.
Yeah, but you can do the training missions.
Yeah, but that's... Would you really want to keep a hold of a game that you can only do training missions with?
No, I sold mine. I sold mine ages ago, but I didn't. Was Microsoft's determined stance on whether we like it or not forcing us to this dystopian future of online? Windy Pops, online only. But I'm quite surprised. I didn't realise the first one sold that well.
It did sell that well, but we won't be seeing it. It released exclusively on Microsoft platforms in early 2014, and it was based on studios' analysed Call of Duty history. It's not a stretch to assume that we'd learn more about a sequel or some other Respawn project in E3 2015. That was quickly shot down, however, by developer Respawn founder Vince Zappella. In an earnings call, Respawn said it did not expect any news until after April 1st, 2016. When asked directly about E3, Zappella said the studio has its head down working on the next project. Zappella also tweeted as much. It further reiterates Respawn's lack of E3 appearance. So we will not be seeing Respawn, and we will not be seeing... anything about the next Titanfall.
Is it just me? Has E3 drifted away from what it was? Which was if you look at it, back in the day. Well, back in the day is too strong a descriptive term for E3. They would give you like a 15-second clip of a beta version of a game, but now they're like worried about showing anything unless they feel it's in a specific stance to make us drool.
It's entitlement. Again, as I said, gamer entitlement. That's the reason why. It's a shame, but it is what it is. So, going on from that,
frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
Exactly.
Sorry.
Actually, you know what? Let's ask you, John. Do you care that there's going to be if there's any news about a new Titanfall game?
No. Quite frankly, no.
Couldn't give a gnat's chuff.
I demand right when that game gets released, it says on the back.
He cares about as much about that game as he does.
John Latimer says.
He cares about much about that game as he does about a pack of Weight Watchers crisps. So let's go. Let's go.
Sorry,
that's all right, mate.
No, don't apologise. It's brilliant. I just love your candid nature, which is so. Mr. Latimer from Desert Island Games. Would you like to talk about Titanfall? No, not really.
Well, I wouldn't have anything to add to the conversation because I've never played it. So what can I say?
It's all right. It's you know what, right? It's all right. It's a really, really good. You know the story behind it, don't you? Which is it's the people who got fired from Call of Duty or whatever, and it's a really, really good, solid game. But and you know the kicker because we've just talked about it. Oh wait, I have to be online to play it.
Yeah.
See, I hate that. That's one way. That's the way a lot of games are going at the moment, and it really bugs shit out of me.
When you get the big heavy gun though, and you can take out mechs, walking mechs with it, just do what I do when I fire it at them and just say, "Dying times here, motherfuckers." Sorry.
I like the idea of people from Call of Duty getting sacked. That sounds good.
Yeah, but no offense, the game is pretty much cut and paste. Sorry, Activision. Anyway, Final Fantasy.
No, seriously, it's an alright game. It loses it. I'm amazed that it's getting a sequel because I didn't realise it was that successful, and I only bought it because I came across one day fire sale on Sainsbury's and they sold £15. But it's a really, really solid first person experience, and I like first person shooters. But coming back to what we just said, and the elephant in the room being. Where's my gold account? Fuck.
Pretty much it. So, going on from that, Final Fantasy 15.
Don't care.
Despite overall positive buzz resulting in Final Fantasy 15 demo earlier this year, the game's director Hajime Tabata I made him sound like butter.
Say that again.
Hajime Tabata recently stated that I've just offended everyone in Japan right now. The more details about the game will be from Gamescom, but it will be skipping E3 this year. So there you go. Square Enix will not be at E3 this year talking about this game. Cyberpunk 2077 Project Red is hard at work supporting a recently released Witcher 3, but it does have another game in the works, Cyberpunk 2077. Little is known about this game outside of science fiction images and short teaser trailer. And it sounds like E3 won't even offer any new details for those. So
when did E3 become not so much a promotion for games, but tickling your balls with a feather?
It's become an event. It's literally
and
become
possibly alluding to something, but not actually showing you the fucking product.
It's not an event for journalists anymore. It's an event for people to go in and check out the newest shit. They sell tons of tickets. It's become basically a Jay-Z concert.
Yeah, but it used to be, here's a game, unfinished, because people don't care in the audience. Here's a game, it's in very, very early beta stages. It's completely broken, but we're going to show you anyway. And now it's just like, shh, I see dead games. Well, and they're not going to fucking show us.
Going on from that, the cel-shaded Transformers game that's going to be released as part of Platinum Games.
That gives me wood. I'm not going to lie, that gives me wood.
Now, unlike the efforts tied to the Michael Bay movies, because I've got more information as per VG247, there's already pretty excited about that. That looks like the Transformers will be working on its more 1980s counterparts. It comes
sexy times at Circle K.
By Best Buy Canada, that has Platinum Games down as the developer. Retail listing the Transformers Devastation. The listing also confirms a number of original cartoon voices who will be
Has it got the Montreal bloke who did Optimus Prime?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
All the cartoon voices are going to be lending their voices to the project. So this is basically like having a new Transformers animated movie.
The game.
It's no Vanquish, but it's great to see Platinum tackling mech action. The world debut will be on E3 coverage on Monday, so we get to see the full trailer of the game on Monday. You face off against Megatron
tomorrow morning when I get
battle it out with the Decepticons in Transformers Devastation. Equipped with fast action capabilities, it allows instant robot and vehicle attacks, slam downs, counter attacks, infinite combos.
Can you do what they always did in the show, in the movie, which is you can accelerate them like in car form, then transform into the robot, and then fly into them and plow.
Yeah, do like barrel roll.
I believe so. Polish. You could also, do you remember the weapons where their arms used to go in and you had all these like holographic weapons? They have those.
The hand axe and that.
Yeah. basically, the more
Optimus,
information
I
about
got
the
my
game
fingers crossed right now, by the way.
is your boats face against the Decepticons when Megatron discovers a way to harness the enormous power of the plasma energy from Cyberform Earth. Platinum Game's signature fast action allows instant robot and vehicle attacks, slam down cat attacks, infinite combos, unique master combat system. I said that already. And 5 playable characters that you get to play includes Optimus Prime, Bumblebee, Sideswipe, Wheeljack, and Grimlock. A deep customization system, 5 difficulty levels, with overhauls in enemy composition, delivers hours of intense gameplay, and
this
actors
fucking
from
amazing.
The original TV series includes Peter Cullen, Dan Galvezan, Frank Weller, and many more. So check that out Monday live for the E3 coverage. I'm officially hyped for this game.
I'm dripping at the penis right now. This game sounds fucking amazing.
His dick's crying tears of joy.
Yeah.
Thank God this is a podcast and not a video.
Well, and I can hear you heavy breathing, John. I can hear you heavy breathing. It's
yeah.
Why did they wait so long to basically do a Transformers game? All right, they did one on the... Well, I had a beta version on PlayStation 2. That is what everyone wants from Transformers. The 80s.
The originals.
Yeah,
if you got the touch, that's it. I will literally.
You would think it was a license to print money, and they've completely forgotten about this because you got the touch.
Well, last but not least, ladies and gents, we are going to talk about a E3 top 10 countdown from the basically the Independent here, stating what their top 10 things to look for in E3 and consider if these games are what we're looking for. Obviously, these are games that are probably sold well. For me, these do not share my belief on those, but I will be talking to everybody here to see what they think about this. Now, Call of Duty Black Ops 3.
See, this is... I got to say this, Brian, really quickly. This is something I got confused with, right? I know they were bought out, but you had the different, respective companies making games, and it was like, Modern Warfare, then it was like, Black Ops and stuff like this. So I thought that Advanced Warfare was the previous kind of sequel to Black Ops 3, and now we find that Black Ops 3 came out.
Advanced Warfare, I believe, is part of the Modern Warfare franchise. So I think that's got to be Modern Warfare going forward. But I
just got really confused with it because it was like...
I played it and I just looked at it and thought, this game is terrible.
I thought it was quite good.
The story was okay, but the game itself was terrible.
I just like the mechanics
The story was a little incoherent. And the fact that the game would basically give you all this cool stuff that you couldn't use.
Yeah.
It was like, I could climb walls, but I'm not allowed to actually use it unless I'm in a certain game mode. It was like
the candy store in front of you and just saying, look through the window, kids.
Yeah, look through the window. Look, you see all this candy you paid for? Yeah. Well, you can't eat it.
Can't have any of it, you prick.
The next Doom game, the first of Bethesda reveals the return of Doom franchise, originally started as Doom 4. The game hasn't had the easiest development ride. It's first announced in 2008. We've only seen
Let's hope it doesn't turn into the last Duke Nukem then.
But E3 is going to be the first look at gameplay. Of course, we did talk about Fallout 4 as well. Halo 5 Guardians. This is a series, most people love this and huge fanboys of the series.
Spielberg still attached to this?
I believe, no. I believe that this is the most overused series on the planet and should have died a horrible death ages ago.
It had no need to get better than Halo Reach, is all I'm saying.
Oh, Halo, yeah.
After 343 took it over, I was just sitting there going, and what now? Right, this one is basically, it seems like upcoming Halo 5 game, Guardians, has a multiplayer beta that's out at the end of next year. It won't have any major news, but with Halo being one of Microsoft's biggest IPs, it's fairly certain they will look forward to more details and footage. Again,
every time someone says Halo, I just think of Beyonce. And say, Halo, Halo. Sorry.
Dave,
well, actually, no, I could go as far as you too.
Dave,
Hello. I'm at a place called Microsoft. Sorry.
Alright, Lionel Richie. Hello, Halo. It's me. Look for.
No. I'm just bad puns aside. Let's talk about Mass Effect 4, of course, which is a new iteration of Mass Effect game.
I have a shocking thing to admit, by the way, right? I've never played a Mass Effect game, even though my mates go on about how amazing they are, and the fact that you can take it's a truly deep game in the sense that you can make character-based decisions that drive the campaign in completely different ways, and it sounds like everything that I was going about that game should be, but I've never played one.
Again, I really don't give a monkeys, and the reason being, I felt Mass Effect should have ended at 3. The fact there's another one doesn't make sense to me. It's like they're trying to reboot the franchise and just giving the game a number 4 title with a different story. Who knows?
If it's like they're trying to write the theme tune, sing the theme tune.
If it's Shep again, I'm going to be sitting there going, for God's sake.
Yeah, but then how do they do it? Because if they don't go with him, which I agree, even though I've never played one, so I'm contradicting myself. If they go in another, direction and put a new character into it, the core fan base just going to go, "Who the fuck is this bloke?"
Meh. That's all I can give you. Meh. Last Guardian, 2009. It was shown in E3. It looks like this could be actually seeing a full playable teaser of the game this year for E3.
The Duke Nukem of Forever of Japan.
Yep. Star Wars Battlefront, of course, we talked a lot about that. Uncharted 4. No Man's Sky. It looks like something we've never played before. It's a gorgeous, huge procedurally generated universe. Excuse me. Theoretically, it has 18 quintillion planets.
Holy shit!
Some people better at math than most of us, of course, even worked it out that it would take 500 billion years to visit each planet. Let that sink in for you, folks.
It sounds like, I know it's not, but it almost sounds like in its expansive, nature of trying to be big, it sounds like Elite from back in the day.
Very much so. And last but not least, Rise of the Tomb Raider. It's been long since they first met.
She makes me rise.
This is going to be a.
It's been a long time since there was a decent fucking Tomb Raider game.
It's going to be an Xbox One timed exclusive, which means that it's only going to be exclusive to that console for probably 3 to 6 months before being released on other platforms.
So, in other words, it's not going to be exclusive.
It's timed exclusive. It could be weeks, it could be months before it gets released on any other platform, but who knows. So that's pretty much it from us and our E3 take. Now I want to leave it to the panel and tell me, you guys, do you think E3 2015 is going to be big? And who do you think are going to be the winners and losers in terms of companies? Because we haven't heard from Ubisoft. We don't know if they're going to be having a panel. They usually do one every year. Probably see Aisha Tyler talking about her Girlwood.
Did you say fapping a panel?
Having a panel. They're having a panel. Aisha Tyler talking about her Girlwood and probably mocking Tobuscus for being shit. We're probably going to see panels from Bethesda, of course, as Sean's pointed out, Nintendo, Sony, Microsoft, and also studios working within those companies. We'll also probably see some news about the new Metal Gear game, but Konami have stated they will not be making an appearance at E3 2015.
Boo.
Deep Silver are probably going to make an appearance as well, being the fact that they have everything. In terms of every new game that's coming out that's been launched on Kickstarter, Deep Silver are going to be releasing them. Think about the fact that the new Iger game, Bloodstained Symphony of the Night, has actually reached 5 million in terms of total gross here. People have donated 5 million to this game, and they're still releasing it under Deep Silver, who are going to be releasing disc versions of the game for people who want a disc version, so you have to pay that little extra. Unless you
but fair play. At least they understand their market.
Yeah, but at the same level, what bugs me about it is the fact that the game itself could have been easily self-distributed, especially with the 5 million mark.
Oh no, yes, it could, but I'm just kind of happy with the fact that it's going to get a solid, distribution. And when I say solid, I mean solid state. If you know what I mean.
Also, we're going to be seeing the solid distribution of Mighty Number 9 as well, as you're going to see some Capcom releasing their Mega Man collection. I do not know if Capcom will be attending E3 this year, so let's see what happens. But there you go, guys. That's pretty much it from us. Now let's see who you think are going to be the winner and losers. John Latimer, who do you believe are going to be the winner and losers of E3?
I think I've got a sneaky suspicion that Microsoft are going to be the winners this year. That's the wee gut feeling that I've got.
I'm going with Nintendo here. Nintendo.
Oh, really?
What do you, in terms of game company, game distributor, who do you believe are going to be the winners?
I really don't think it's going to be Nintendo. I really don't.
I don't think it'll be Nintendo either.
I hope they all do.
Knock it out of the park, mate. They never said Nintendo was going to be
Sportsman bet, Bohan. Sportsman's bet. You ready?
Yeah.
I think that Nintendo are going to shy away from this E3 and be shallow and not deliver Nintendo goodness. Just saying. In fact, when you come to Bristol, if I'm right, you buy me a kebab. If I'm wrong, I buy you a kebab.
I'm broke, Dave. That's not going to happen.
I'll buy you one anyway because I love you, but you know. I don't think Nintendo are going to pull their thumb out their ass. I think this is going to be their weakest. I think the fact that they announced the prior to this, you know, they're toying with a new. Well, they're not toying with. They're working on new console. I think they've already shat their pants and blew their load pre-WOD, and that's
why Reggie's so skinny now.
Yeah, automatically, you know, they've taken any importance, even with, you know, any of their strong franchises. They've kind of weakened their stance by, you know, announcing a new console before E3. Just saying.
So, going on from that, Sean Michelin, who do you think?
Winners and losers? Well, I always want to be the nice Canadian and say, I want everybody to win, eh? But, well, you know, there's a good chance Nintendo. I mean, I think that leak with Ryu and Roy being in Smash Brothers was a bit intentional, so they could stir up a little rumble and get people to pay attention to him more. I don't think there's really going to be any losers. Who's going to get the most pop, I guess. But Nintendo, Bethesda, you know, after kind of dropping the bomb early on that, and plus, you know, they revealed the Fallout 4 trailer before they said they're going to, because apparently they were going to reveal that at a private conference at E3. Mm-hmm. I think they still got some stuff up their sleeves yet, too, they haven't even revealed yet. I think this is all kind of a bit of an orchestrated ballet here. So it's hard to bet.
Smoke and mirrors. I agree with John, though. I think Microsoft might actually...
Yeah,
I think that might be a good bet, too.
They need to pull something out of the hat here after the last one, so...
The following schedule works as this, ladies and gentlemen. Sunday, if you're a Nintendo fan, they have the Super Smash Bros. Nintendo Super Sunday, which they basically talk about the Smash Bros. Franchise and also the release of the new downloadable content. You have the Nintendo World Championships will air live.
I got something to say about this. Did the Nintendo World Championships, Alan Hansen, of all people, I think it's for charity, has spent like a couple of weeks learning how to play video games so he can take part in the Nintendo Championships. Alan Hansen, really?
He's a footballer, isn't he?
So.
Yeah, he's Liverpool's greatest midfielder from the '80s, may I add. And yeah, he's and I kind of like this. I like the fact that, you know, he's out of his comfort zone, but because charity were involved, he's like, no, I'll have to go at this. And he's taken it very seriously, and he's spent 2 weeks boning up on everything from the NES to the Mega Drive.
The first time in 25 years we are actually going to see a crowned Nintendo World Champion.
I thought they're actually going to like crown him, because I thought all they ever did with these things was just give him a gold card.
I think they're going to do a little bit more than that. So we'll see what the prize is if you want to fester at that. It's 5:34 p.m. ET. Nintendo World Championships, of course. Now, Bethesda,
I'm with Alan Hansen, by the way. I'm just saying, I'm with Alan Hansen.
Bethesda will be having their panel at 6:30 PT, 9:30 PM ET.
AM? PM? Oh, I gotta stay up late.
So it's the first ever E3 press conference. Probably deliver news of Fallout 4, Doom, and likely
Sorry,
much.
what time again, Bern? What time?
9:30 PM ET. So for us, that's about 2 o'clock in the morning.
Oh crap! I'll be at work. Bollocks. Sorry.
I'll watch it and I'll send you messages.
Please do. Actually, please do.
So we also have on Monday will be YouTube, who will basically talk about the first ever long stream, and it will be them talking about a little bit about the Robert Kirkman will be there talking about The Walking Dead, and surprises in regards to that. I have no idea what YouTube have to do with E3, but still. I would
kind of interested with that, actually. I'm not gonna lie.
It's probably them announcing their new foray into gaming to compete with Twitch, which I don't really give a crap. No offense.
Why would they? This is what annoys me about YouTube. If they do this,
they are doing this. There's no do this. They are doing this.
It's like
they do.
Why YouTube? Because the minute you do something like this, you're just going to slap down very strong restraintive terms on what anyone can actually fucking do.
And I would actually hope it would also mean that Let's Players would be off of YouTube and be on their own kind of network. That would be brilliant. It would give the rest of us actually a chance to actually show our videos, but knowing, YouTube,
I'm a Let's Player.
You're not a Let's Player.
You're a demonstrator.
Yes, there's a difference. Let's Players are guys who play the bloody games and then leak the entire fucking thing on the YouTube channel. Anyway, enough of that, man. Microsoft, Monday, June 15th, 9:30am, 12:30 PM ET. So 12:30 PM ET, you're looking at round about, say, 3am, 3:30 in the morning. Electronic Arts, Monday, June 15th at 4pm ET.
Seriously, Sean, just all the good shit, send it to my Facebook account so I can read it at work.
That includes Battlefront, Mirror's Edge, Catalyst, and more. Ubisoft, 3pm, 6pm ET, so they're going to be there with their Assassin's Creed, The Division, and also they have the preppy presenter Aisha Tyler who will be presenting this. If Tabascus is there, please Aisha, give him a swift kick in the nuts from me. Sony,
come on, Truckosaurus, do it.
Sony, 9pm ET, so we're looking basically again 2am in the morning, and that's on Monday, June 15th, and that would be the wrap up of Sony's massive PlayStation press conference. There'll be more than Project Morpheus, plenty about the PS4 games, and also little titles for the Vita. Apparently, it's probably
they still supporting it.
I probably think they're going to announce something to do with the Vita, but I don't think they're going to announce titles. The thing they've been doing with the Vita so far is putting independent games on there instead of actually big world class titles. The game has never had a massive.
The Vita's been in live support for months.
Yes, but again, we've talked about how we could save that if they actually did what I told them to do, because I'm awesome. E3 Direct from Nintendo on Tuesday.
And yet so humble.
Square Enix at June 16th, 10am PT, 1pm ET. So for us UK guys, that's around about 1pm, that's about 7 in the evening.
Anyone listening to this podcast who's on my Facebook stream, because I will be at work for all these things,
PC
please
Gaming,
feel free to put up my time.
So you've got AMD, PC Gaming Magazine will be teaming up with an assortment of PC titles. So that's pretty much it, right? And, for those who want to actually check out the list, I will be posting this among all the information about today's show here on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/unlimradio. Also on our Libsyn page, but that would be after the fact, of course. So that would probably be about Monday, Tuesday time. I'll be posting it on iTunes for you lovely folks to listen. So that's pretty much it from us today. So let's go on to plugs. Mr. John Latimer, where can we find you?
You can find me on YouTube, JL76 Gaming, and also on Twitter, JL76 Gaming as well, and Facebook under John Latimer.
We can find you in our hearts is pretty much the most humble bloke on YouTube.
Sean Michelin.
Thank you.
You can find me besides here. You can find me on my YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Dietless79, DAIATLUS79. I'm on Facebook as well. Sean J Michelin. Just give me an ad, give me a message. I'm down for more friends.
There you go, Mr. Lawnmower's Post 1975. Where can we find you?
You can find me in Galvatron's Collapsing Heart.
You got the touch.
More like bad comedy.
You got the power.
Megatron, is that you? Here's a hint.
So that's pretty much it from
You
us.
call on charismatic.
If you love me and want to hear more from me, of course, ladies and gentlemen, my new video will be up this week, which is my YouTube of the Week video. I haven't had time
That's
to
what she said.
any other videos this week. Reason being was because I was been busy helping out Megaran and just
I'm
trying
breaking your new bike in.
Yeah, and also trying to resolve situations so that I can actually make my depart in July. For those who don't know, I will be effectively leaving the Retro Random Network. And
Did you give your bike a new name? Your new bike a name?
Yes, due to everybody on Facebook, I ran a poll, and her new name is Ursula.
Hey!
Thanks to Sean J. Michelin there, who's played by Lisa Kudrow in Friends, Mad About You. So Lilith will be going to a special place on Monday, and I'll be actually filming and interviewing the gentleman who will be handing over. I'm actually donating her.
I thought you were going to say I'm going to film my new bike and interview it.
No, I'm gonna donate basically my old bike Lilith to this bike shop. It's basically a local business. They do things for cheap, and I thought it would be a great way to kind of recycle her parts and Let her live
you
on,
said
basically.
recycle her parts.
Yeah, well, live on. You know, she's got a donor card, so I'm just donating her. Going on from that, you know, I'm going to be temporarily. I'm not saying I am going to be leaving full time, but I'm going to be temporarily leaving in July, at the end of July.
Find an internet cafe in Gay Paris and Will Minnesota.
The Retro Anthem Network, and I will basically means that I will not be on the Untitled Movie Show until my situation's sorted. Burhan and the Boy, and also I got gameplay, but my successor has been mentioned. It's actually Mr. Sean J. Michelin, who will be taking over hosting duties and production duties for I Got Gameplay.
You've been anointed, sir. You've been anointed.
And we will basically...
so Sean.
We'll still be up on iTunes. We'll still be up on the YouTube, the Retro Anthem Network as well. And we'll still be posting shows straight to the I Got Gameplay Facebook page.
Je m'appelle
It's just temporarily while I go on my journey through Europe. If you want to donate and help me through it, basically all you got to do is if you need a job done for your YouTube channel, say you want a video done, or if you want an intro done, if you want editing done, whatever you need in terms of my skills, I can do it for you. Even if you just basically want me to come over your house and clean your car, as Dave so aptly put it, I can do that.
I stand by that, Burhan. If you come to my house, I'll give you 25 quid if you wash my car.
I will do. Basically...
I'll buy you a kebab as well.
The way it goes, guys, is if you need anything or, you know, from me, I will come to your location. I will do anything for you. That's legal. I'm not accepting money for sex and stuff like that. That's not me. Or
no bum stuff, people.
Or shoving coke up my arse.
He may have the descriptive term on his timeline saying butt stuff, but he doesn't like it, really.
Yeah. So going on from that, you know, if you want to donate, I have my GoFundMe page up at the moment. I have 0 contributors. The thing is, for those, I'm going to be doing a little...
Link it on my timeline.
I will do. There's a couple of things that's going to be happening in terms of it. One is the money that goes towards this isn't going to be for me. It's not for me to buy games or to go on a Euro trip or to fund a new game that I'm making. It's to fund a documentary that I'm doing, and it's not even to fund it. It's basically to make sure that all my equipment, including my laptop, my camera...
I stand by this, Burhan, by the way. I stand by this.
Yeah.
When you get to Europe, right, I will give you 50 quid if you film a German and start talking about the war.
No, because I'll get booted out of Germany so fast.
No, they love the war.
Yeah.
Don't mention it. Don't mention the war.
Yeah, exactly. Don't we? And then, I'll tell you what, right, let me do this.
If I'm going to end up in a German prison,
if you
raped
give
by
a
some
German
Nazi sympathiser, I'm going to hate you.
I love you, Germany. No, I don't, because you eat heavily salted cabbage. But if you give a German a camera and make him film you doing your Minister of Silly Walks, that will work.
Minister of... I don't even know what that is.
You don't
know
Monty Python?
Oh, yes,
I had a poster of that in my fucking room in high school.
And do the little twirl at the end.
Oh, God. So, let's, you know...
There you go, but seriously, Burhan, 50 quid, right? You get to Germany. I'm holding on this money until you get to Germany, and you get a German to film you doing the Minister of Silly Walks. Come on, that's the best 50 quid in the world.
I swear, if I get put into a German prison, I will kill you.
No, you won't, because you'll be in a German prison.
Yeah. So,
you want somebody to do it for him.
Yeah.
So going on from that, guys, as I said...
In fact, just walk up, I'll give you an extra £5 if you just walk up to a German and just say the word goulash.
Well, as I said...
Sorry.
The funding goes towards insuring my camera, my laptop, and my bike. It's not towards me, or a little bit in terms of me being able to buy food from the pound shop and basically being able to have like some freeze dry bars and stuff, so I don't starve to death.
I think you mean the Euro shop.
So, you know, this is what I want to do this because I want to create some free videos and stuff for you guys to check out, totally free, unmonetized, and 2, to produce a documentary that's going to be going to you basically for free, right? And with an option to pick up a DVD copy of it once it's done.
I'll give you a quid now if you say goulash.
I'm going to be filming a commercial for it to add to the GoFundMe page. Hopefully people actually like to see this and go from there. It's had over 32 shares, but not one person has donated towards this project.
Okay,
I'll wait until payday.
So there you go, guys. Thank you very much. And as I said, it's, you know, if you've got a podcast or you want me to come in and talk about stuff, it's great. This for me is just, I'm trying to make something positive out of something negative, you know. As someone who is suffering from our economic crisis,
I'll give you, and I mean this, I'll give you £100 if you walk up to a German and film him and just say, "We kicked your ass in the war." Sorry.
Call me Jerry.
Yeah.
That £100 is going to probably be paying my funeral.
No, it won't, because I'm sure, you know, we're all familiar with how great the German sense of humour is.
Yes, and they will look at me and go, call the police, and I'll get all my stuff taken away, and I will be so pissed off.
You got your head shaved too, so I think you're a skinhead or something.
Exactly. So, there you go, guys.
Tell you what, right? Seriously.
Okay.
A lot of money if you walk up to a German police officer and say Sieg Heil.
No.
Sorry.
Losing our IGG fans from Germany, one Dave joke at a time.
I'm English. No, it happens.
So there you go, guys. Thank you very much for joining tonight's show. What do you expect from me, Free?
Seriously, Burhan, there's something I will pay you to do that's not going to offend anyone.
Okay.
Germany is the only place in the world you can actually buy Faulty Towers fully uncut. There's irony.
Okay.
Buy me a box set of Faulty Towers.
Wire me the money. I would be more than happy to do it. Anyway, actually, I'll get the money off you on the way. You know, when I'm at yours. I'm going to be coming down this week, Dave. So you need to pick a day. Going on from that, guys. Thank you very much for tuning into the show.
Scenes because obviously
we are very happy to have you guys. What do you think of E3? What do you think is going to be happening? And as always, I'm Michael Burhan from Sean Michelin, for John Latimer, for Dave Wade, for everybody else out there in our YouTube gaming community, saying that we've got gameplay. Have you?
Sexy!